What do we mean by validate your assumptions? So, in design thinking, I got this concept from design thinking, and then I went back and applied it to my life, and I found it to be quite interesting. After you go through empathy and definition and building persona and journey mapping and ideation and clustering and synthesis and value proposition design, and then you build a prototype, you then test that prototype and you have certain assumptions. So you say, okay, this application is going to increase tourism by 50%. So you go, it's an assumption. So you have to go and validate that assumption before you actually go and build the app. It's like a little test, right? So the concept of validating your assumptions is a very, very powerful thing to apply in your own life. And that's what I started to do. So I realized by starting, I do meditation every day, and then I become aware of my own judgments and my own generalizations and so on. I realized that I have so many assumptions about people, about myself, about the world, about, so I started to validate those assumptions. So if I see something and then find my head telling me something, my mind telling me something, making up some story, which could be a lie, it could be something based on my background, it could be something based on an experience, it could be something stemming from fear, it could be me trying to stay in my comfort zone, whatever. I stop myself and I say, you know what, I'm going to validate that assumption. And trust me, reality has become really, really more interesting as soon as I started to validate the assumptions, because most of the time, it's completely contrary to what your mind has told you. So validate your assumptions if you want your life to be interesting or more interesting.